Hello and welcome to another episode of Univversus. Uh, First of all hail Mothra. Second of all, I am Brett Pendragon. I am Brett Mothra Pendragon, joined by Richard Rodan Plummer. We're here to talk about the weekly news, stuff that's gone down in our local areas and in the game, and then we're going to look at doing a tier list. Richard, you just had your local qualifier. How'd that go down?
Yeah, hi everyone. I had my second of our two qualifiers on Sunday. I won that one as well. Not deliberately sort of cock blocking everyone locally, but I want them points. You never know at the end of the season. So I took Nezu primarily because the deck was a lot of fun. Like I tested it sort of at locals on the Thursday POC. So this is Mitch Chimino's list that he did a video on, and I just didn't make any changes to the list that it was. And yeah, it was very good. It was so much fun. It draws so many cards. Felt like it had sort of game against everything, and I went 3 wins in a draw, so I beat Cementos again. Again, I beat up Cementos. Unfortunately, I think all the decks I take tend to be really good against the guy who loves playing Cementos locally. I narrowly won against Biako. I drew against Vash, though I think if I had like another 2 or 3 minutes in overtime, I would have got that win. What was the other win? I forget. Man, who else did we have playing? Because we had the boy who was playing Mono. I had a lot of fun with that. We had a Toga 3. We had Momotaro. I said Yako. We had a Jin. And we had what was Night Eye. I'm trying to remember who my other wins. Oh, it was against the buy. That's why. Yeah, I got round one buy because that's why I couldn't remember how I played against. But yeah, it was a really good turnout, really good fun. And yeah, Nezu, I don't think it's necessarily the best deck in the room, but I think it's good. And we'll get into that. We get to our tier list where I think he might sit. But I think the deck's very, very solid. And yeah, had a lot of fun with it.
I've got my last qualifier on Monday, and it's going to be quite an interesting one because a man named Six, well, a guy named Six, which is a person that's looking at making content themselves, has published a thing of saying they're going to go from 0 to hero. They're going to win a local qualifier, win an hourly, win Nats, and then win Worlds. But they haven't played in any local qualifiers of the webcam hourly. So if they don't win on Monday, they can't go to Sheffield in 3 weeks.
Right. I guess there aren't LCQs or anything for these regionals. I don't know.
Yeah, you need to get at least 2 points. And because it's only going to be, because of the awkward time of it being on Monday, I don't think we're going to hit 8 people. So if he doesn't win on Monday, he doesn't get the 2 points needed for regionals.
Right.
But also, I want the Deku, so I'm going to be I'm going to be going all in for this Deku. And there's a couple of people in our local area that are going all in because with the Godzilla stuff, they've got a bit more hype behind it. But it's gonna be really weird meta because essentially I'm going to be the only person rocking up with Yu Hakusho cards and Critical Role cards.
Yeah,
Six has got a couple. I know most of the Southampton players just only have my hero because I was talking to them today about Monday and I was like, oh yeah, you guys have no UH. Like, yeah, have you checked out Battle or Release? And people are like, what the hell is this card? It's like, the conversations we were having a month ago. It's really, really cool.
Yeah.
Just played in the webcam weeklies that Patriot runs. Beat Hawks' Elder to Go or Death, and I lost to Mike Hardiman's Coda. I made a very bad misplay game 1 where I might have been able to win if I'd have been smarter, but game 2, we were both just in weird positions, and his long game is a lot better than mine.
Yeah, he just, I guess, again, I'm assuming he's doing like the play infinite tasty refs kind of deck.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I traded my second Deku for a Botan because I didn't have one yet. So
Yeah, with Botan? Damn.
no, I haven't got a Byakko yet either.
Oh, I got both of mine in my case. Well, my pseudo case.
Yeah.
I've got 6 Botans coaching. I need to get rid of 2 of them before the price drops.
Yes, please. I needed 4. I've only got 3 of the buggers. So,
but yeah, so let's start off with, let's go backwards in the news and let's look at what came out today, which is we've had some information drop about Girl Power, some of the mechanics we're going to see, some of the important stuff that's going to be coming out of it, some of the keyword competitions, and 5 new playable characters. Now, do they mean 5 new characters to the game, or 5 new characters from the show that we haven't seen before? Because 5 seems very low for the size of the set.
I mean, I imagine it will be new faces that haven't had like a version 1,
Yeah,
right? So yeah, I imagine it's, say, for example, Kendo would be one of those. We haven't had a
yeah.
Kendo yet, right? So I imagine they're 5 completely new one dot versions of characters rather than talking about like the 2s and 3s
Hmm.
versions of characters.
So
But yeah, this is Tim Friedley's article, right? He
yeah,
usually does that, right? Yeah.
so Kendo, Miss Jokes, uh, possibly Lady Nagant.
Maybe. I'm
Uh,
trying to think of any other
if they
female.
drop Stars and Stripes, that would be amazing because season 7 starts May 4th, I believe, and then
Hmm.
this set drops May 17th. So if they have Stars and Stripes come in, literally as she's been introduced in the anime, that would be nuts.
Yeah.
But how
What,
you
what
integrate?
about other class 1B? Because they're talking about more class 1B, right?
Oh, there's loads. The mushroom one is very OP.
Mhm. And it's quite possible they're not. I mean, has it been stated it's definitely the all female characters?
I can't imagine them printing male characters in a girl power set.
Possibly, yeah. I don't know,
I
but
was speaking with someone before, and they're like, "Oh, it'd be funny if to put Minato in there." It's like for some people, yes, but for the overall arc
mm,
of the set,
yeah, no,
no. And that's the
no,
kind of thing. How do you justify putting any guy into the
yeah,
girl power set?
yeah. I mean, yeah. So we're obviously getting Mount Lady.
Yeah,
We're obviously getting Rabbit
Mirko,
Girl,
Ochako,
Mirko. We're
Toga.
obviously getting a Chaco. We're obviously getting Momo, Toga. Like, I'd be amazed if there isn't a Toga there.
Well, going off the new playmats we've seen, there's Momo, Kendo, Asui, Toga, Ochako, and Mount Lady.
Yeah, possibly a Toru. I think there's obviously plenty of cast, but it's just who those 5 new ones are. I haven't
No.
watched long enough to the show and can
I
think
imagine
of the
Miss
other ones.
Miss Jokes is going to be in there because it'd be hilarious that she's come in as like the
Yeah.
best eraser left the set.
I mean, we might have like Midnight 2. You never know.
And we've seen with the Urabami that we're going to be getting some reprints as well. And
Yeah,
someone's saying, "Oh, if they reprint Midnight 1," it's like they're not reprinting Midnight 1. They're not reprinting Jero 1. They're not reprinting Momo 1. Those guys are dead.
yeah. Again, we might get another Jiro. We might get another Recovery Girl. Um, yeah, just depends what they feel
Oh
they
yeah,
could fit in there.
Recovery Girl could be a cool one. I honestly, for the sake of it, I hope we get the mums.
Mm-hmm.
If we get,
Yeah, we could. Yeah, we could get like Deku's mom or Bakugo's mom or
yeah,
again, I can't think of any other ones that are kind of prominent in the show. But
yeah, if we get Ino, Mitsuki, and Ray, that would be really really cool. Especially if we get uh, Bakugo's mum, because Bakugo's mum is just the goat of all
mhm.
the parents.
I mean, I'd be surprised, but stranger
No,
things have happened.
they could come in. We don't know. Yeah, we've seen the character match. Asui is one.
Yeah.
So what do you think of what stood out to you on here? We've got new keyword ability. That might be the long rumored by me rumored fixed reversal.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's sort of mentioned that, so it could be a fixed reversal, could be something completely new. I mean, reversal's the obvious one to sort of bring back from old world, right, and sort of fix it. I suppose the only other one I can think of they could do a sort of fixed version of would be Gauge.
Yeah, I mean, that's given the some of the other ones in here that have
Hmm,
got like character stacking and stuff like that. That could make sense.
yeah, so they're like, I think they're the only two, and I'm sure Apple will correct me if I'm wrong. The only two old world keywords that we haven't had either in cards directly or like a fixed version,
Mm.
right? They're the
Yeah,
only ones
because
we've got.
Echo is multiple.
Yeah,
Safe has returned. Desperation has returned.
yeah.
So yeah, I guess they are the only ones that kind of like keyword abilities that have now come back.
Mhm.
Board wipe, hell yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously we've effectively got one coming anyway, almost in as we'll see later in Godzilla, right? And I'm
Yeah.
assuming that's what that refers to. But this one might be more um, versioned on it.
Ooh,
Um,
that's a good point.
yeah, this one might clear out everything. Like you might clear out assets, you might clear card
Yeah,
pools.
I'm hoping for a self destruction kind of thing where it just blows up everything and then builds your top card and goes, "Yep, that's your turn."
Yeah, so like effectively almost like a fixed version of whatever the card is from Old World that did the thing that I
We've
know
got
Boy was a fan of playing.
we've got Daniel in chat saying that with wild speculation that the Briarwood game was a
Yeah,
test for the keyword retaliation to fix reversal.
yeah, yeah. Again, it could be a case of like you play this card, it's not an attack, it just does X damage or something.
I mean,
You know, something like fine.
we've had cards like masterminding that say uh, when failing a check,
Hmm.
respond. It would be pretty cool to be like, oh, if you put when your opponent fails a check, I mean, it ends their turn, so that doesn't really work. But like, if you fail to block this attack, respond with this, and then after this attack resolves, play an attack.
Yeah, self destruct. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of,
Yeah.
Daniel.
So,
Yeah,
so
so we could get like a probably not a function. I don't know whether again I don't know in
I
terms
mean,
of power level how good that one necessarily is, but it could be a, a, a reprint sort of that.
self destruct was fine as is. I played against it. I've played with it. Uh, I think
And it's a generic enough name, right, that you could just print it no matter
if
who I said.
you stick it in Mayhatsumi,
Mhm.
you stick it in the one that's tinkering with uh, stuff like that, and you slap Mace face in it with an exploding contraption in front of them, and boom, you're done. It's a
Yeah,
Mayhatsumi card. Uh,
yeah,
A-
quite possibly.
Apple's hot
Um,
take is reversal was never a problem. It was the characters and cards that cheated the inherent cost. Yeah,
yeah,
I basically when we had the HLC interview for this year, one of the things I said that should come back is reversal. People have got too comfortable in their own turns and be
yeah.
happy to go to
I mean, I
two.
could see like a rather than it being called a call it new reversal, whatever we're going to call it, where the stats are um, reasonable and it's a normal attack, but if you play it as a reversal, it gains flash. So, like for example, the keyword is new reversal is you can play this as effectively as a reversal, and it's just got flash. So you don't get to mess with things with enhanced steps on the opponent's turn, but you do get to fling an attack at them. Maybe that's a more balanced way of doing it. I
Yeah.
don't know.
So Daniel's made a good point that one of the new playable characters could be Woman,
Okay,
and
I don't know who that is.
Woman
Obviously.
is a female Nomu
Okay.
whose ability is to destroy parts of their body. So that'd be a cool self-destruct, and it would also be cool to be able to use that evil symbol in
Yeah, I
Girl
mean they've got
Power.
to get some amount of villains in here, right? So that wouldn't
Yeah,
be surprising.
but you got Toga, you got Lady Nagant, and then you slap in a woman as well as for the Nomu. You give them the Nomu trait, and you're done.
You
Uh,
got
Magni.
Magni as well as a guess, although Magni does not is not in the show for very long.
Well, that's just it.
Um,
With it being like a support set, I'm gonna say Magni is gonna. Yeah, woman's a Nomu. We can sit here for days and talk about who in this show is or is not a Nomu.
yeah, So alternate win conditions, they're always fun. They're not
Yeah.
always necessarily great, but they're always good. Uncommon assets,
I mean,
sure.
we've had uncommon assets in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one, Daniel.
Enhanced
The high
asset
end
for
that Mirko and everyone fights. Uh, Charges tribal being important. I love because double jump almost still on the set, and we got
yeah.
charge tech combo charge, which to me just reads if you've got chaos or air, I am now allowed to reforce double jump onto everything.
hmm yeah. So the enhanced flip mill for this attack gets +1 speed for each character card milled this way.
Yeah,
Almost suggests that the maybe the new keyword is a fixed gauge or something to do
yeah.
with stacking.
If
Um,
it is, you can't just have like Mount Lady
yeah.
having the character stacking ability. You're gonna have to have kind of like the set free DLC, which were character stacks. You're gonna have to have almost like a seventh cross kind of set where all the characters kind of care about character stacking.
And then you've got like that bottom one response once per turn after you check a ranged or charge. Add it to your hand if that check was made to play an attack. Attack is +3 speed. Really sweet. That's clearly going to be on a. I'd imagine that's on a character. I can't see that being on anything else.
No,
Um,
could be on an asset.
maybe
I
my
mean,
guess would be
it's
that's on a
one it's
character.
once per turn, so it could be really on anything.
Yeah, I'd still guess that's on. That feels like a character ability to me.
Uh,
And then response flip after you check a 2 or less. That check gets +1. Good
all
ways
that.
of making those bad checks, be more encouraged to play them. I like that.
True, Rosewood Barrage does have a form of gauge, and it might be
Yeah.
that was a tester sort of thing. They used it as similar to as Daniel was saying with the Briarwoods. They used Rosewood
Mhm.
Barrage to go, okay, let's introduce a pseudo gauge card and see if gauge can come back. Similar to how Agile Drop was kind of like a pseudo echo. Uh, Kind of how like we've had these pseudo cards that have come out, and then we've had better versions come out. I've been saying it since yesterday. Sato 2 walked, so Mothra can run.
Mhm.
We had a pseudo 8-hander come out that had the restriction of discarding cards. It never did anything, so now they've gone with this 8-hander that is.
I say it was a 7, right? Because he was a 5.
Sato was a 6. Sato 2 was a 6 that drew 2, discarded 2.
No, he was a 5.
Is he?
Yeah.
Have I just. Have I, this is shows you
The
how.
other Sato was a 6.
Oh, Sato was a
The
5.
good
He was
Sato was
he
a
was a
6.
pseudo 7-hander.
Yeah.
That
So
shows
he wasn't good.
you. Fair enough. That shows you how much I played Sato 2.
Yeah. Well, no one did. um, yeah. I mean,
I think.
yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff on that stuff. But again, it's all those things where it's, a lot of it's going to be obviously context dependent and stuff like that when we actually see this,
Yeah,
when it
I
comes
think
to sort of
Ochako is
thriller.
going to be the charge tribal.
I would imagine so. Charge ranged, right? There looks to be a lot of like charge range stuff in terms of, you've got that charge range, add it, give speed and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, we got charge kicks, which is going to be Mirko. Mount Lady's already had like a character stacker. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Mount Lady 3 being a stacker, and we saw a
yeah,
reprint of Mount Lady 1.
I don't think it'll be Mount 81. I think there's probably a bunch that could be stackers, right? Like maybe you
Yeah,
could make Recovery Girl into a stacker, and that's what she does, that sort of thing. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see.
yeah, exactly. And with it's a shame that Gudra didn't have like the extra characters they've gone for Catalyst because that'd be cool. But yeah, I'm really excited for this set. I've been pumped for this set since it was announced, and the fact we're going to have a challenger deck, a clash deck, this, and uh, Godzilla as we go into Spain.
Yeah.
There's a character that breaks the body into pieces as well. Yeah, there's quite a few.
hmm
But then we also got Rodan, giant monster of the sky from the Univversus CCG YouTube channel. It's a giant monster, 721 with Tenacious. Remove the top card of your discard pile. This attack gets plus X or minus X speed. X equals the printed block modifier of the removed card, and enhance commit. Look at the top two cards uh, of your deck, put them back in any order. If you have more than three attack cards removed, look at the top four instead.
Yeah, interesting. Like, you're just a consistent sort of 1 to 3, maybe 4 speed stuff. Like, it's obviously very sort of Jin esque, right? That is sort of doing the same thing, except he's sort of removing cards. Obviously, good on defense, good on offense. So again, good, similar to Jin. But rather than having that sort of cancel, he's got the extra card in hand. Obviously, 721 is a reasonably nice stat line,
Yeah,
and just that once per turn, being able to sort of Giro your deck, especially like moving the top four, like you play your first attack and then you stack your top four so you know what you can do and what you can draw. Lots of ways you can sort of abuse with that and get
yeah.
that stuff going, especially if you've got any ways to ready during the turn. So looks okay. Doesn't excite me again. I think
I
just the
think it.
format feels a bit icky towards
Yeah,
seven-handers still. Um,
it kind of reminds me of the weird place that Gentle Criminal was. Is of like you want to play these high block modifier cards to utilize the ability, but then you're
hmm.
still blocking with high block modifier cards. So things
Yeah,
like
it's that first one that matters,
yeah,
right? And once you get the first one, then it sort of carries over and you're okay. But it's that first one that's always the problem.
Hacker Extraordinaire
Um,
is going to be great in this.
yeah, and I think maybe you don't just. I don't think you do. You force the thing, right? I don't think you
No.
necessarily force all like high block mods. Like as long as you're getting 1 or 2 speed effectively for free, then I think it's fine. It's not amazing, but like you know
I mean, going
you
off the
can obviously
symbols,
manipulate the top card of your discard pile. There's stuff that does that. So
yeah, the symbols have already
especially like
got a
from
lot of speed hit on
from
them
the
as well.
Trigon deck, there's a lot of stuff that does that.
Uh, Jordan gets more penalties for checking attacks. It sounds like yeah, uh, but it's you don't need to check attacks to get the ability off, which is kind of cool because with things like all where you've got snack time, in
Yeah,
void where you've got things like petty squabble and you've got Botan's coaching where you can choose what's going to be on top of your deck. So if you go, okay, I've got this free high block, they're coming at me with a low attack. I'll discard it with Botan's, remove this attack, give it minus 3 speed, hopefully pick up a low as well off the Botans and go cool. And then set up the fact that I can sculpt for attack or defense.
yeah, and I'd say on certainly on at least on all. I can't remember what the other symbols. I think maybe as well. Like I say, you got all the Trigon stuff that lets you manipulate the top card of your deck and works with that top card
Yeah.
of your deck. So, also discard pile. I mean,
Yeah, Suspended Bounty is a card that I've been abusing quite a lot recently because, like, okay, you block my attack, I'll build, and now all your stuff's getting minus 3 speed. Let's go.
mm,
And then we got the goat, the queen bee, technically a moth, uh,
yeah,
Mothra, giant moth monster, 8 hand 21. At the start of your end phase, discard a card, commit. This attack gets plus X or minus X. X equals its printed difficulty. Tenacious, spend 2 momentum, ready discard. So spend just come in immediately to replace this discard 2 momentum sort of thing.
yeah, that's great. Again,
Yeah.
again, I'm going to imagine that all obviously all of the stuff going forward, and then there might be some cleanup going backwards at some point. But yeah,
She's fine, Apple. Leave her alone. Leave the queen alone.
eight cards is a lot, man. Like, sure, you discard a card, but that does when you're killing them, it doesn't really
I
matter.
was explaining this to Kai the earlier today, where he was like, 8 hands is fine. It's like, yeah, but going second, it's 9 cards, which means you're essentially seeing a sixth of your deck. Because if you review one, you've technically drawn 10 before the game even starts.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
it's crazy, especially like if you're trying to do combo-y things, right? Just having those extra cards means you can sort of see that stuff. Like if you're trying to put specific combinations of cards together, like so much easier on
It's on three
um
symbols that are great at drawing cards as well.
Yeah, I mean, good symbol isn't great overall at the moment, but like again, might get better. Obviously, the spending two momentum to ready is costly,
Yeah.
but obviously you've got ways of snapping momentum, and I'd imagine maybe there's other stuff in her kit that lets you ready, and committing for 4 or 5 speed is quite a lot.
Yeah, as Apple's
Um,
pointed out, this is essentially a reprint of a character called Leona, who
yeah,
was one of the only eight-handers not to get banned, but the kit wasn't really there for card draw and manipulation
and
because
the owner only has 17 health.
Leona also had 17 health, not 21,
Mm,
which is another big thing. And also, there wasn't Walk the Dog, Looming
mhm.
Terror, all these super attacks that I know. But a 14-6 powerful 3 stun 1 should not be a thing you can play on 4.
Yeah,
That is
um,
insane to me that that's a thing.
yeah. I think it's just the 8, right? Like
Yeah.
her abilities are fine. Like they're not
Uh, correct
hugely
me
exciting.
correct me if I'm wrong, Apple, but they've also in the past they printed a blank 8-hander character
But
that had high
that's
health and he got
That's
banned.
Tiffany Jamba.
Yeah, and they got
It
banned.
wasn't banned, but they basically. I think Tiffany was in like a set on her own. It was a weird. Just she was like a promo set, so they
She
just
got
rotated it
rotated out
early.
early.
Yeah,
Tiffany died for nothing, is what Apple says. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, Tiffany was an 820
For, yeah,
with.
Apple says force phased out, so she was rotated early.
Yes, yeah. But also Tiffany had the thingy symbol, um, whatever it is, infinity
If it, oh,
symbol.
finished, you
So
can just play it on any symbol. Can we also talk about how cute Mothra looks in this art? It's very adorable. Looks very
yeah,
fluffy. It's kind of thing I like as a plushie. Uh, yeah. As soon as June hits, I am a Mothra main for that entire season.
yeah. Mothra looks sweet, and again, 8 cards is gonna be good.
Yeah.
Um, like you just sort of need to find the thing to survive and get that kill. But like you're gonna be building like crazy early. You're gonna always see attacks to always get your strings in. Like
It's
you've just got so much more resources you're going to have to work with both on board and in hand. Like
it shares
you
two.
can build 6 and still have your
Yeah.
1 or 2 blocks, right? That's turn 1. You can build 6 and I've still got 2 cards to block with.
It shares
Like,
two symbols of new training method.
hmm,
That about. I am now asking every member of UVS I know if we can just unban Ready Get Set Go for June.
no,
Just
no,
2 weeks. Just give me 11
no,
days with
no,
Mothra Ready Get Set Go.
no, no. It's not a healthy play pattern.
It's not that. No, it's not healthy. It's not healthy at all. But I want to scare the living hell out of some new players as I just go into a webcam event and go.
Just play it until someone catches you that it's banned.
I'm gonna set up. I'm gonna speak to Kai. He wanted to do an event where you can play one banned card,
Mm.
and I'm just gonna. Can I play Mothra Ready Get Set Go? So I'll build 4 cool.
Yeah, maybe not.
We're not having Ready
Oh
Get Set
man,
Go.
can you imagine Floppy 3 with bloody Corin Fog? I'll commit to draw a card, get a damage.
Yeah,
I'll ready
ready up. Draw. Yeah.
draw a card, have another damage. Yeah, maybe
Could
not.
you imagine Mothra with back alley?
Uh,
Because
yeah,
you're always going to see
yeah.
it. Oh, I can't.
Anyway, I think Mothra will be strong. I'd be surprised if she isn't. Just 8
I,
cards is a lot.
yeah, you don't get stats on face,
You
but
do.
that
You get speed. You get a
yeah,
bajillion speed.
you
So you
don't
can always
get
make sure your
you
one
don't
thing
get the
connects.
damage on face. You don't get like the switch abilities, and you only
Yeah.
get speed once early. Early.
Yeah, but you again as an 8-hander, you can build to a bajillion, let them try and overextend. Okay, I'll commit, give your thing minus XP, break you. Cool, my turn already. I will commit this thing to make sure it hits and smash you to
For me,
bits.
it's the fact you can just sit there with things like double spirit blast and go,
Hmm.
cool. I've got a 9/6 with +1 to your block mod.
Hmm.
You get to go final spirit gun and go. I've got a 15/10.
Yeah, and like the thing to do is not get caught in the Todoroki 2 trap, right? Um, it's that every card looks great with 5 or 4 speed, right? So it's just not getting caught in that trap. Um,
That is the dream, Daniel, to have enough momentum to petty squabble Mothra and just keep drawing a load of cards. But you need so much momentum.
yeah, but I'm sure there's ways on those symbols of snagging momentum. I can't think of them,
Yeah.
but I'm sure there are.
I
Um,
mean, we elasticity doesn't share symbols.
no, there's symbols.
Yeah.
There's foundations like there's the Jin 2 diff on air that lets you snag it into momentum, for example.
Vast hybrid is there?
Does thingy have air? Amajiki?
Is that what
I think
ever?
so. Is chaos
Chaos water
might be air?
might be, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I
so
don't
it says.
remember.
If they go into deadlock, you just get to.
Yeah, he has air.
Yes, yeah.
So you can blast hybrid.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's. I don't think Nedre has air. If Nedre has air, you if they go into deadlock, you just get 2 momentum off spiral.
Yeah.
Oh, 'cause he's a bird, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think the air symbol's necessarily great. I don't think the good symbol's necessarily great, but those things will change. So we'll
But
have to
yeah,
wait and see.
we don't know what's coming. We've also got the kit, and I
Yeah.
imagine the kit is going to have some Mothra cards in there that just let you do momentum.
Well, yeah, she obviously works with momentum. She works with speed. So there's going to be things work around that. So again, we'll have to wait and see.
Exactly, and because she's got air, she shares with manifest. Manifest lets you get momentum.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
And she's an eight-hander. She can play actions, and it don't matter because she's cool
As much
regardless.
as we're talking about Rodan, about Mothra, Rodan is still very cool, and it's kind of like he's being overshadowed by Mothra. Mothra
Mm.
has just kind of come
Yeah,
into.
Mothra's a fan favorite, though, right? No one cares
Oh
about
yeah.
Rodan.
Uh,
Sorry, Rodan. No one cares about you.
as
Everyone
soon
wants to play
as
Sorry,
soon as the Godzilla thing was a challenge was announced, I was speaking to Keenan, and apparently
Mm.
Ashley's response was just Mothra, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I heard the mention cars that with the armor package in better. Yeah, the armor package is pretty good. Armor of the Wolf is pretty good.
if you
So
could, so you just play Phantom Threat Unrivaled Combatant.
yeah, that's making fetch happen.
Yeah,
Um,
you've got 8 cards. You can make fetch happen. Live the dream,
mm, maybe. Um, but yeah,
Daniel.
no, Wolf is really cool. I think she might be problematic, but we'll wait and see.
I will never fear Ghidorah because Ghidorah dies to Chronostasis Trigger. I never fear any character that dies to Chronostasis Trigger because I run it in any deck that's got those symbols. I love that. Someone's like, "Oh, who runs a Chronostasis Trigger?" This guy. This guy
Yeah,
runs
some people
Chronostasis
do.
Trigger.
The card's good.
The card's good. I think Kai was running it in Elder Toguro. A younger Toguro. I was running it in Elder Toguro, and I used to play a game against the Genkai where my opening move was discard a card, discard an attack, play Chronostasis Trigger, try and seal Genkai.
Yeah, I mean, it kept ruining me when I was playing against you with it. So
Yeah.
um,
It's not a fun card. It's not a fun card where you have to I if they call correctly, my character's just dead. But this is really cool. I'm looking forward to this in June. Uh,
yeah, the looks sweet.
I am going to be going all in. I'm probably going to. I mean, I spent £100 on the Critical Role stuff. I have just literally given all of my spares to my friend who could not find the decks because apparently kind of sold out everywhere. So I was like,
Hmm.
I'll take 4 of everything in
Yeah, I
normal
think we
form.
got through. We got through at least 2 cases of it locally, and I think we there's the whatever's left of the third in the shop. So
I've not seen any giant freaking explosions pulled yet.
No, I don't know what my locals pulled in terms of like all their alts and stuff. I know
I
I
got a
didn't
dagger,
get that.
dagger, dagger. It's
Hmm.
beautiful. It is a beautiful card. Oh, dagger,
I
dagger,
don't think
dagger.
anyone. I don't think anyone locally got a character either. So
No,
again, they must be just as rare as the previous
yeah,
ones.
I've seen them. They look really cool,
Hmm.
really rare. But yes, I'm really excited for these. Girl Power's looking really cool. I have let UVS know that if they are going to give us a Girl Power preview, to give us more than 2 weeks' notice, so that we
Hmm.
can acquire the appropriate cat suits.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, we'll go all out. It's fine. It's fun.
Exactly, exactly. So yeah, this is a solemn swear. If we get like Midnight or Stars and Stripes or Mount Lady, I will at least try and get a catsuit here in time. Can't speak for Richard, but I will try and talk him into getting a catsuit in time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure people want to necessarily see a 40-year-old man in a cat suit, but we will do something.
I mean, uh, they might. It could be like a handy little side business. We just get like a little blue and white cat site going up.
Yes, possibly. Anyhow,
But
let's move
yes, let's
on.
move on. Let's move on to the big thing that everyone's here for.
And for those of you watching on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Do all the algorithm things like, comment, subscribe. Really helps the channel. Obviously, check out other videos and come and watch us live on Twitch when you can.